I have made a continuous and severe.
I've made a severe and continuing.
I've been in Japan for pretty much a year now. Like, dude, it's been fucking crazy. I'm gonna title this video something like my experience moving overseas across the world, or like to Japan. This shit has been crazy, bro. Like, yeah, I don't know. You know, it's changed me as a person. And as you can see, got a new camera. So clearly I found a passion in something, which is YouTube. A lot of people like are curious what like moving across the world whilst you're still a teenager takes, you know, all on your own. As you can see, I'm like in a new place. I'm staying here for a couple of weeks before I go back. I have made the executive decision to go back home, okay? And I could have stayed in Japan until the end of summer, which probably would have been cool, but I feel like I'm someone that's always been driven by goals, you know? Like, when I have a goal in mind, every single decision in my life sort of revolves around that goal, you know? And for the past like 9 months, YouTube has been my one goal. I'm at the point now with YouTube where I've got my like starter wheels, you know? And I've got my training wheels on. And instead of just pushing out content to prove to myself that I'm consistent, I would much rather like put out high quality content, which is like, I guess, a double-edged sword, because if I improve the quality and like the content of my videos or my content every single video, then eventually it's gonna get too much. But you know, I'm ready to get to that point and then just see what happens after. Anyway, back to the actual point of the video. So I moved to Tokyo right at the end of 19, and I moved out here. I'm not gonna lie, for the first like, I want to say couple weeks, I was regretting my decision, because, you know, I feel like there's so much comfort in staying in your hometown, and there's so much stuff that you don't really notice. Obviously not many people at all ever get to do this, so I've just got to lace up and carry on. I feel like when I die one day in 300 years, my Wikipedia page is gonna be so fucking cool, dude. Like, my Wikipedia page is gonna fucking blow everybody else's Wikipedia page out of the water. If I've already achieved the shit I've done by 20, like my life is just gonna be so cool, and I know it already, and I'm literally just consistently working towards bringing that to fruition. But yeah, I've got to make sure I lock in and like stay on task. Yeah, okay, so the biggest challenge was the language barrier, and low-key in my videos, I know I played basketball with a lot of Japanese people and stuff like that, but I did not like interact on a deep level with a lot of Japanese people whilst I was out here. I was mainly speaking to Americans, British people, Australians, like everywhere that speaks English, I've probably interacted with someone, you know, from that country. And that was cool, but one thing that you sort of have to adapt to is not really holding importance to, you know, people that you meet out here. And that's like, it sounds cutthroat and weird, but like, if you know that, you know, you're not gonna see the person in a year, or maybe that person's only staying in Tokyo for like, I don't know, a couple weeks, then you sort of just have to accept that, like, you know, you just gotta have as much fucking fun as you can. Like, rather than aiming to make a lifelong friend, you know, you gotta sort of let go of that and just sort of like, you know, be able to take each person for what they are and not like over-invest in people, which is like probably not great, but like at the same time, it makes for crazy stories, because if you're meeting like 3 of these people a day, imagine the shit you go through at the end of like even a week. And I feel like if you're a shy person, coming to Tokyo will probably make that shit way worse, because it's just designed for like complete solitude. More people eat alone than eat together. So like, I think I really had to like, I mean, I'd say I'm quite extroverted. At times I'm introverted, but when I'm extroverted, I'm pretty extroverted, you know? And yeah, I made it work. I met so many people, to the point where I can't even remember. I went through so much experiences. And yeah, it's just cool, dude. Like, to be honest, everybody thinks that coming to Japan will be like some peaceful life. And yeah, a peaceful life is cool, but what's the point? What's the point of a peaceful life when you're 19? You know, everyone fantasizes like a home in the woods and like, I don't know, solitude or living off the land or that type of lifestyle. But it's like, do you really want to live that shit at 19? Do you really want to cut off your life experience? Do you really want to come to a country to just, you know, be at peace, when in reality it's just you probably brain rotting and watching YouTube videos or some shit? Like, you got to make your life exciting, you know, you got to make your life worth something. So I don't know, my ethos is something doesn't have to be like specifically, something doesn't have to be directly beneficial to like your life for it to actually be beneficial, if that makes sense. Like, that sounds stupid as fuck, but like, for example, running a crazy prank that like just is dumb as fuck and will probably get you a bunch of hate online is actually in a weird way still beneficial to you, because it's gonna open you up to like breaking barriers in your mind that you never really thought you'd break. And no one wants to live at peace at an early age, and the people that do quickly realize that, you know, it's just an analogy for living a boring life. So I came to Japan and I just started creating YouTube videos. You know, if I didn't have my YouTube channel, I probably would have hated this whole experience. But, you know, instead I caught a passion for something insane and something that I want to do for the rest of my life and make my full time, put all my energy into this one thing. Japan was super cool. Like, this place has improved and changed me as a person, like way more than I think anything else really would. And I feel like it's put me at a heavy advantage at 20. I feel like not many people go through something like this, because if you really think about it, it's sort of the max level difficulty in terms of lobbies in the world. You know, no one speaks English, everyone's introverted. So if you can have a fun life out here, make cool YouTube videos out here, you can do that shit anywhere, you know? But yeah, it definitely takes balls to move across the world at 19. And you know, be prepared to actually have to get out of your comfort zone like super consistently. Like, you're going to have to consistently do things that you wouldn't usually do until they sort of become normal, you know, if you ever want to survive or live a exciting type of life when you're, you know, solo across the world. Okay, one piece of advice I would give to someone moving across the world, okay, at a young age. Find a passion, okay? And it's better if that passion is something to do with like interacting with other people, you know? So I got really lucky that my passion is YouTube videos, because that just makes for insane stories and insane videos, you know? But like, I don't know, it could be crocheting, and you can just go to random crochet clubs and, you know, light that shit on fire, as in like metaphorically, you know? But find a hobby and go all in, you know? And just make that shit your everything, because everyone is the same nowadays. Everyone just like has a job, gets a degree, has a job, doesn't really think for themselves until it's too late. So you may as well take all the risks you can whilst you're young and, you know, devote yourself entirely to something whilst you're young, so you have more time for it to succeed. Because I full well know that I probably will not make it on YouTube within the next 2 or 3 or 4 years maybe, but I'm truly ready to do this shit for the next decade of my life, you know? But yeah, another thing, you have to be okay with missing things at home, okay? Obviously you're gonna have friends. I have great friends back home, but I didn't really like mind missing out on things, because I knew that, like, you know, my life, I'm gonna have to live it for myself. And you know, assuming I get to where I want in life, there will be a point in time where me and my friends can just do whatever the fuck we want, because, you know, I'm a fucking famous YouTuber, and it's just like, it will just be lit. But there's no sacrifice, like, there's no way you don't get there without missing out on shit, you know? Another thing, super important in my opinion, you've got to take what you do super seriously, no matter how stupid it is, okay? So these stupid YouTube videos I'm making are the most important thing to me. So when someone else like tries to talk down on them or just belittle them as stupid videos, you really gotta not let that like affect your view on what you do. And you've got to always know exactly who you are. Like in my mind, my YouTube videos are a million times more important than your job. My YouTube videos are a million times more important than your, like, I don't know, business venture or just anything like that. And the thing is, no one's gonna see this from my point of view until I make it, you know? But you've got to see it like that from the very start, otherwise you're never gonna get anywhere. And I've come to this realization that, like, if you laugh at what you do and you're truly passionate about it, that's like one of the saddest things you could ever fucking do, because it's just giving up. Like it's showing that you're weak and you don't believe in what you do enough to truly like say to people, yeah, this is important. I couldn't really give a shit about what you do or what you think of what I do, but for me this is like probably the most important thing ever. Like however important your job is to you, this is 10 times more important to me, you know? So yeah, you've got to come across as arrogant. And that leads into my next point. This video is turning into just like some crazy wisdom, but you've got to come across as arrogant. And I used to have this thing where like you don't want to come across as preachy, you know? And I still do agree with that. If you're preaching without a base, like say you've done and experienced nothing in life, you are in no place to give anyone advice about things you've not experienced. But at the same time, just because you're not fucking 79 years old doesn't mean you can't give advice, you know? And people are always gonna think that, you know, you're arrogant if you like speak your opinion with true like certainty and conviction behind it. So if you truly believe something, you know, I've lived and experienced things that people, and the same with you guys have lived and experienced things that other people probably haven't, you know? We've all got unique experiences and have created like and gained lessons from those experiences. So it's fine to share your thoughts and create beliefs based on those. And if someone's like, you're too young to be speaking like this or something like that, it's like, yeah, fair enough, I may be too young, but also you're a fucking lame ass adult who's boring as fuck. So it's like it's just funny whenever anyone says like, I remember when I was your age, I was like you, like, no, you were not like me when you were my age. I'm so much fucking cooler than you when you were my age. And like, that sounds arrogant as fuck, you know? And it's just like, yeah, it low-key is arrogant, but like, that's the only way you're gonna sort of create a life that you want. It's like, are you gonna consistently limit yourself? Another lesson, rejection is a part of life in general. And this is like through YouTube videos. I've asked so many people so many different things, like to be in a prank, to tour their store, to spar in boxing, to like work out, to I don't know, just a bunch of things, to be my cameraman, to record a video. Like, I've asked so many people so many different things, and so many have said no, but so many also have said yes. And the ones that have said yes, those experiences have genuinely changed my life. So do not be scared of rejection. I feel like fear of rejection never really like goes, but you can also build like an autistic part of your brain that just overrides it, you know? A life where you don't let the fear of rejection like win is like probably the sickest life you could ever get. Talking about sick lives, dude, okay? This leads on to my next point. I don't know how much points I've gotten in this video. This is insane sauce, I hope. But don't take life so seriously. 99% of the people that are young and want to like be an adult or grow up too fast just grow up to be boring ass motherfuckers with no life experience and no uniqueness to them. Like, it's showing a bit of emotion or a bit of excitement is actually a good thing, believe it or not, you know, in this era of being nonchalant where everyone wants to be fucking effortless and nonchalant. It's just like, that's not how life works, okay? The people who are nonchalant don't get shit in life anymore, like, or ever. I don't think. Like, everyone you think is nonchalant has actually put in so much effort and actually shown that as well. It's just you're only seeing them when they're successful. So who the fuck do you think you are to be nonchalant when you're not successful, you know? So don't be afraid to be passionate about something. Don't be afraid to like have fun in front of people. Don't be afraid to you know, go for something and take a risk. Like, you really just gotta live your life as if everyone else cannot render your existence, because low-key that's what is happening. Like, no one really gives a fuck about you. I also, okay, so why am I moving back to home? Because I feel as though the content I will be making when I'm back is going to be so fucking crazy. I've got so much pranks lined up. I've got so much shit. I've got a cameraman lined up. I've got a new camera. We are so ready to go crazy. This summer is going to be looked back on as a legendary summer. And yeah, I'm creating my own wave. I'm not copying anyone else. Obviously, I'm inspired by people, but I'm not copying anyone else. I low-key don't fuck with most people that make content. So there's only a select few. So I'm probably not going to be collabing with anyone anytime soon, no matter how big they are, because I want to create my own shit. Yeah. But yeah, Japan has been cool to me, dude. Like, I'm never going to forget this place. It's weird that I'm going to like see all the TikToks and shit about Japan and just like know the intricacies, because I've been everywhere. I've been to Shibuya Crossing like probably 50 times or something, probably even more than that. I've been everywhere. Like, I know this city like the back of my hand now, and it's gonna be weird to see it and not be there. And yeah, it's gonna be weird to leave all the people behind, you know? It's kind of sad, but life goes on. You can't let that shit hold you down. Yeah, this place changed my life, and I'm probably not gonna come back for a long time. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool that I have left my little mark on the world in different little specks of, you know, this city. And one day, hopefully I come back and I'm famous as fuck, dude. And I can like, you know, do some cool shit. I can do the fake mink prank, if you guys have watched that video. But like, instead of it being a prank, I'm actually famous. But yeah, people don't take your shit seriously until it actually succeeds. So don't pay any attention, and don't be afraid to be an arrogant kid, you know? I feel like those are the only people that win. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about Tokyo, or if you want another video, put that in the comments. The end of my Japan trip. There will be one last video of me in Japan, and then I'm gone forever, probably. Cool place. Definitely a cool place. Changed me and changed my life and changed the trajectory of my life, you know? So when I'm famous in a couple of years, we can trace it back to this exact place, Tokyo, Japan. Specifically, yeah, I'm not going to give specifically where, but Tokyo, Japan is where I found my passion for YouTube. Shout out to my cameraman Dom, and shout out to everyone that's ever been in my videos out here. Yeah, this is not the end. This is nowhere near the end. This is the start of a crazy, crazy uprising, like a crazy movement. I promise you, this will go down in the history books. Later, stay wild, guys. Until next time, you know? Until next time.